Well, hello there. Welcome back to a live edition of Under Construction, which I hope will complete this toy box build. I'm thinking I'm going to get it done, barring any unforeseen technical difficulties. But before we do that, I've got to make a couple adjustments to the stream, so stay with it for just a moment, and I'll be right back. Hey, Adam, how you doing, man? All right, that's most of it taken care of. And there we go. All right, we're going to bail out of that, and we are going to get into the actual build. It has been a long time since I've done a live edition, but we're getting so close to that 100 mark, I'm just getting that warm, fuzzy feeling for all things Infinity. Alright, Destruction Floor 2. If you haven't seen the earlier builds for this, this is based on kind of a combination of a couple of different maps from a game that's available free of charge on the PlayStation Network, and that is called, what is that called? It's not Destruction Floor, Killing Floor 2. I didn't think Killing Floor quite worked with the Disney theme, so we went with Destruction instead. But they have some really cool maps in that thing, and it's not a real zombie thing per se. It was a scientific experiment on, it looks like cloning that went bad. So you have all these mutants and things that kind of look like zombies, resemble zombies in many ways. But there's a variety of different kinds of things. They've got these guys that have mechanical parts to them that'll come out and just smash you to pieces. Then they got the ones that look like pretty much standard zombies, and a whole mix of other stuff in between. What I loved about their maps is they are multi-level. It's like you keep going up a flight of stairs, and then it just brings you out to another level that is equally cool to the one that was there before it.
Okay, I'm in.
So we got a couple things left to do on this. We started working on the enemies last time, so let's take a look around real quick. And it seemed like it was working. I might test it one or two more times just to make sure, because the first run through, there was some challenge with this working. So we have 3 different sets of enemies that'll spawn, and the thing about that is it's all randomized, so we could get the same enemies each time, or we could get 3 separate ones, and each of those locators will be placed different locations. So the idea is hopefully that by mixing it up, you'll never know where the enemies are coming from. They're pretty equal in waves, although I think one was a little tougher than another. Once you've gotten through 3 waves, the game will then launch. I think we stuck them over here. The boss, which is going to be Venom in this one. Now, part of my challenge is figuring out, I don't want Venom spawning here. I just put him there for the moment. But I can't recall how I did it exactly, but there is a way to have Venom, or any boss for that matter, spawn and land on one of the, and I'll show you right now. Should be a creative door, I think. So if you remember the challenge makers, they have, yeah, there we go. You have these little placing pads. Where did my monster build, or my, where did he go? Well, it's only gonna work if I know where he's at. Alright, let me leave that there. Because with that, you should be able to, as I recall... yeah, we should be able to hook that up to a locator. Let me just do that real quick, too, while we're at it. Like I said, it's been a while since I've tried doing this. So I'm going to be a little fuzzy, and I'm sure it's not going to work the first 10, 25 times. What did I just do? Oh, my bad. There we go. And... okay, not what I was wanting it to do. Let's see if that's... oh, man. Let me try it in reverse to see if that makes a difference. New logic connection, player teleported. No. Okay, how do I make it teleport him where I want it to go? Let me see something else here then. I wonder if these things kind of work like teleporters. I don't recall having to do this, but maybe I did. New logic connection, player teleported, and nope. Alright, let's see if it works with the teleporter. And if not, then I'm going to have to do some research, and I may just save that for the last part. Where am I at? Teleporter. Connection, player teleported. Really? Okay, I got nothing then if that doesn't work. How did I do that? I've tried two different bases. Let me try a different base. I think I used two of the same. Somehow I doubt that's going to make a bit of difference, but... I know it works because I've done it before. New logic connection. No. Player teleported. What would I have used? Alright, well, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on that. I'll go back and figure it out. That brown bat was the one I first saw do it. I've done it, but it's so long ago I don't recall what I did. And right now I can't find my boss. There he goes. Where I want to stick him for the moment. I'll tell you what, because this may end up just being what I do. He should survive the fall without any problem, because bosses are pretty resilient. So I'm just going to stick it up there. And if that works, then I'm fine. I'm not even going to worry about the teleporting thing. Let's see, what else were we doing? So we have the enemies. They're ready to go. I just want to test them one or two more times. I did start with some effects, which are down below here somewhere. Going down. So there's that. I will have a trigger box right here that's going to start that all off. Might as well start dropping the stuff in. We're at that point right now where I kind of want to wrap this up and start playing. Alright, so whenever this is entered by player, technically it's player 1, but I'm going to say any, because now that we don't have the ability to share these things without using share play, it'll always be pretty much player 1. I suppose you could put 2 or 3, well, 2 players anyway into it. It's going to press that button. And speaking of buttons, when that button is pressed, I'm also going to want this box to be done, because the effect is just going to keep looping over and over again, and it served its purpose. And I may use this box for other things, but I know it's going to be all at the startup, and then I don't want it involved anymore as you run through it over and over again. So this box is going to be on the load in, and then immediately it's going to be pretty much dead. So you can almost think of it as a quick light switch. Alright, so we've got our effects that'll be generated, and that's above ground. I was thinking of a couple of things. What were they? Well, I still have to put some stuff out here on the street. So let's start with the decorations and the cars. Speaking of cars, Cars 3, if you haven't already had the chance, a phenomenally fun game. Driven to Win. I highly recommend it. We've been doing a little bit, quite a little bit actually, play with that on the channel here. Where's my decorations? Did I pass? I feel like I passed it. I passed it. There we go. But yeah, it's really, really fun game. Okay. What I'm going to end up doing with a lot of these is very similar to what I did with my Dying Light build. And that's kind of my thing. I like to take popular video games and Disneyize them. So I did something for Dying Light, which is a pretty adult-oriented game. It's got more zombies and stuff in it, and that's one of my favorite things. But then I kind of made it a little bit more, well, a lot more Disney-esque. Now, a lot of these cars are going to get put on Pathfinders, or Path Creators. I always say Finders. Path Creators. And I'm going to have them offset and slightly turned into the curb so they're not straight up and down and neat looking, because, again, this is after a whole breakout has taken place, and you've got all these mutant things running around, and so I'm going to use a few more squad cars for sure. Doesn't really matter, because like I said, I'm going to tweak them a little bit. Okay. Oops. That's probably not the button I wanted. We want to get to our Creativitoids again. And this time we're going to go to our Path Creator tool. And we're going to just pick a couple of these guys around. I'm definitely going to use this one, so let me just move them up an inch. All I'm going to do is come up here and kill this thing. So go to Properties and just turn it off, and that's it. And that's going to make it a place marker, basically. It's going to put the car right where I want it to go. And then from there I can tweak it. So I'm going to go Path Connection. Going to connect that toy. Now it's there. From here I can just go into its Properties. Toy Box Path. And then I can change anything I want. So in this case, first we're going to start with the rotation. I want it to rotate inwards, so I'm going to go all the way around like that and just put it at a slight angle so it looks more like it was turning in towards a building or something like that, and it's not quite so neat. Now at this point, if you want to move it forward, backward, you can do that. Vertical offset, if you want it up in the air, why would you do that? I don't know, but you could. Want it a little bit closer to the sidewalk. Oh. Probably don't want it to go into the ground. So you have all that flexibility just by putting it on the Pathfinder, and then it doesn't have to go straight up and down like it normally would. And you can make it look a little bit more like there was a little bit of chaos involved and it didn't get to neatly drive to the scene and that there's some wreckage left behind. Gonna do the same exact thing here. Once again, go to properties, turn it off. Once again, connect the path, I think. There we go. Sometimes it's a little tricky grabbing it. Go to our properties, and let's see what I want to do with this one. So definitely go with the rotation again. And I think one's good enough. Let's move them up. Yeah, that's fine. And there we have that. And we got that one back down there. I think I'm going to do one more, and that'll be this one here. Hold that thought. No, that's not what I thought. Okay. Guess what I forgot to do? Get up. What is going on? There we go. No, not one. I forgot to turn it off, and that's what happens. And that's why you turn it off first. Unless you want a police car that's going up and down through the street, which is perfectly fine. And there you have it. Alright, so we did place some smoke around, which will happen once we step through that trigger box. So why don't we do that, just so I have an accurate idea of what it's going to be looking like. Mark's here! Oh yes, sir, I pre-ordered my Horizon Zero Dawn DLC the day it dropped. I am so excited for that. I haven't done the New Game Plus yet. I've been stocking everything up, getting ready for it so that I have a ton of cash on hand. Alright, so that trigger box is off, and now we've got some rolling fog here in the sides and in the back drop, just filling out the map a little bit. But I'm going to want to add more effects than just that, and it'll kind of come back to what I said earlier about this trigger box. It'll all get started by this box, which is now dead for all intents and purposes, so without me putting another trigger in here, it won't work. I'd have to reset it to on. Let's go ahead, and we're going to need a couple things again. Our faithful trigger. Some locators, and this is going to be for the fire. There's going to be some burning fires, and this time I think I'm going to go a little bit more where we're going to be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go 8. And then we need our RFX generator. If it is, I'm not aware of it. And you'll have to refresh me. I do, now that you're mentioning it, recall hearing something about Dying Light having new content, and I totally forgot about it. Oh gosh, what was it I heard about it? I think it's not going to be a full-blown story, I think is what it was, but let me check. Because now you got me wondering. When was that post? That's old. 10 pieces of free DLC this year. Yeah, that's what the deal was. They're going to have it coming out like over a series of months, piece at a time. Over the next 12 months. Techland, who I love, by the way. Techland's a great gaming company. They know how to do it right. And they take good care of their fans. Yeah, 500,000 people still play Dying Light 3 years after its original release. You can't say that about a lot of games. Hell, there's people, they don't even have a quarter of that right now playing the latest Call of Duty. Of course, I'm not sure they ever had that many playing Call of Duty, the most recent one. Work for the fans, expected to face new challenges, enemies, master new gameplay mechanics. Here's the only thing I'm going to have a little issue with. Last time they did the DLC with the following, they also kind of, for the lack of a better term, wiped out your progress in the sense that if you had maxed out your skill set, you were able to go up and down the street whopping zombies pretty good. All of a sudden the DLC comes out, you could headshot them with a bow and they're not dead yet. You had to hit them like 2 or 3 times. And then you had to go and re-level up and the whole thing. I was a little bummed about that. You know, it's almost like punishing us. So I hope they don't make that mistake again, because that was the one thing I was not happy about, and I won't be happy again if they do it again. It took too long. Explore never-before-seen locations. That's exciting. Translate to 10 pieces of DLC in the first 12 months. Continue support means also more updates, gameplay tweaks, and community events. So the first drop will feature new enemies, and it just says it's coming out in the coming weeks, and this is over a week and a half old. Just keep on saying with the quotes, it won't be long. So I was just on a few days ago and there was no new content, but generally I think Tuesday seems to be the popular day for things to drop. So it would not surprise me if this Tuesday that happens. So we're just going to put all 8 of these locators. Okay, so when this button is pressed, it is going to loop, and we want fire. This is a good one. I know the Brazier Flame is the one I'm probably going to go with. I think the Smoky Flames has too much smoke, not enough flames to it. Well, you know what? One way to find out. Fire! When pressed, play looped, fire, smoky flames. Let's try it again. Yeah, I think I might end up going with that after all. Majub, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us. Okay, now, of course, with it on fire, I'm never going to find that locator. Let's see if I can randomly grab one. Did it work? Oh, I did get him. So we're just going to put some buildings on fire. We'll start back here since we have some smoke. Look at that. Looks official, doesn't it? Can I get lucky twice? Yeah, buddy. What did I say? We have 8 of these things, so I want to kind of spread them out evenly. And oh, I love that. This is the part of these toy box builds that I think I have the most fun with, because you really just start to bring it to life. Where you just had a pile of rubble, now it's burning rubble, and it just gives that extra dimension. Fire! How many have I used? I've already used 4. Got one there in the back, one there in the front, one there. It's 3. Again, spacing is so important so it doesn't all look like clustered into one area. Am I sleepy? Not really. I work 3rd shift, so I've been up all night, but I don't go to bed this early, so. And Kingdom Hearts. I did actually forget to stream, but I played a little bit of it. I saved some of it to chop up and put out maybe later on today or tomorrow, next day, somewhere in there. And what got me going on it was talking with Kazam, I think was her name, her screen name. We were comparing different games and stuff, and she was talking about that one in particular. She plays a lot of Smite, which I was checking out her YouTube channel for that, and I hadn't downloaded it. I thought I did, but I hadn't. So I decided I would give that a shot eventually. I haven't done that yet either, but it's only so many hours in a day. You know how that goes. And while we were talking about Smite, she brought up Kingdom Hearts, and I actually thought of you a little bit with the Kingdom Hearts Mickey. And I'd seen trailers for it, I guess, at one point in time when I was really, you know, doing a lot of the Disney Infinity stuff back when the servers were up. And I decided to give it another look, and I did, and I says, well, let me go ahead and pick up a copy, and it kind of fits in the theme with this channel, not to mention our community. For those of you on the PlayStation Network, if you're into Disney Infinity, join us. Our community is called Infinity Ever After. And by the way, there is a current event going on right now for this, so if you want to get into the open chat, and be heard during the stream, by all means. The more the merrier. Artistically, I'm just liking this build so much. Bye, my Jube. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, last one. Where are we going to put this? I'm feeling like the back is being neglected. I've got some debris back here. We could set it on fire. Try and center you. Loving it. Like McDonald's, man. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So we're going to key this up also, so that when it's entered by player any, it'll press the button. And with that in mind, Aerosmith, baby. Going down. Up. Speaking of the community for Infinity Ever After, we're dangerously close to the 100 mark. And we are planning on doing some fun stuff once we hit that 100 mark. Speaking of Mark, refresh my memory, when does Cars 3 drop overseas? I want to say it was the 17th, but not entirely sure. Oh, wait. We may be hearing from him live and in person. Makes it so much easier. Alright, so we got smoke, we got fire, we've got enemies. Let me just take one look around downstairs and see if there's anything I want to add. I want to add music still, and possibly sound effects is what I've been thinking about. And again, this is kind of like a Grand Central Station kind of thing. It's an underground, almost a subway. I wasn't going to build a subway. That would have taken a little bit more time than I wanted to put into this particular build. But kind of like you just came off the subway and now you're into the lower tier where they've got newspaper. Oh, that was what I wanted. A newspaper stand and stuff like that. So, to do that, we've got to do something I'm not really fond of, because it tends to be a pain in the butt, but it does work. And I'm going to start by saving this, just in case things go south. Look, it's Mark!
Yep.
Ooh, wrong button. So when does Cars 3 drop over by your neck of the woods again?
As far as I can recall, it's July 17th.
That's what I thought you'd say. So the 17th. Hopefully by then we'll have our 100. And then...
Oh, hang on a second. Apparently it's the 14th in the UK.
Oh, yay. A couple days earlier. Because unfortunately right now we can't share play across the ocean, because if it hasn't been released, they won't let us share play it.
Oscar's Danish, isn't he?
I believe so. And I couldn't share play it with him either. I tried.
I need to check this. Because you may not be able to play with him even then.
Why? What do they got against the Danes? Was something Donald Trump said.
Probably.
Yeah. We should just blame it on him. Everyone blames everything on him.
Okay, no, it should be fine. It should be fine. It's okay. They don't get Cars 3, the film.
At all? Oh.
No, hang on. They don't get it until the 31st of August.
Damn. Well, I can't say anything. I still haven't seen it. But I did see 1 and 2 finally. I binged those the other day. Love that effect a lot.
I don't quite know why we had to wait so long for cars. It wasn't like there was any translation issues or anything like that.
Because they gave you Star Wars ahead of us.
And they gave us Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that's why. Sit down and wait. Oh, and I also have to put my barrier blocks in here. Let's do that real quick.
I won't be on for too long. I didn't know you had a group chat on. I only found out when you just said it.
Well, I put it in our community.
Yeah, but my phone had drained out of power, so I didn't get the notification.
How is that my fault?
Well, if you Americans take the stake the claim of winning World War II, you can definitely take the blame for me not being able to view the community page.
Well, okay, that's fine. Because we did win World War II. We kicked that ass. Looks like we might have to do it again. It's getting awfully interesting.
What, you mean North Korea?
Yep. That boy's dangerous.
We'll see.
Well, it's going to be an interesting week to find out, because I guarantee a lot of talk's going on right now about that very subject, and either some folks are going to step up and assist and get that boy under control. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Gonna let you get that. So I think I'm gonna probably use 2 different boxes then.
One of the things I'm going to have to do is go into town. I'll finally be able to trade in these 4 power discs that I have.
Trade in what 4 power discs?
I have Sugarland, Sugar Crush, Sky, Wally Terrain, Alice in Wonderland Sky.
I mean, are these duplicates?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trading in any of my standards. Come on.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Why would you be trading them in? You're like me, you probably ordered one and ended up having to take a package deal.
The Alice in Wonderland's case was... I couldn't remember what I had, and they were selling they were selling discs cheaply anyway, so I thought, you know what, I'll pick it up. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, then I've got a new one. I've
bought movies that way. Oh, that's a great movie, I should have that. And I buy it, and I was like, oh, damn, I already did. Totally forgot.
The Wally Terrain was an error on the company part, because I ordered Terrain and Sky, and they sent me 2 Terrain discs.
This is the same place you're going back to now?
It depends on where I can get the more store credit for.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna get much. It might be like 2 cents worth per disc in one, and about 12-13 cents roughly in the other one. Because these are common ass discs.
Yes, indeed.
In the case of the Wreck-It Ralph Sky, I specifically ordered the 2. I think it was Calhoun Sky, or in their service they say Wreck-It Ralph Sky Disc 2.0 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me 1.0 instead of 2.0, and it's a bit of a dumbass thing considering it says 2.0.
They lied.
They lied. And Gamora's Shield, I think it is.
I'm pretty sure I've got that one.
Yeah, that was purely like the Alice in Wonderland one. I thought I didn't have it, and I did.
Alright, I'm going to save this part as well before I start importing from the interior. Well, that I haven't done too much in Logic, because the interior, when you start bouncing back and forth, it can tweak your logic a little bit, I've found. Actually, Kazama's from your part of the world.
Is Kazama a he or a she?
It's a she.
Or just Kazama? It's a she.
It's Kasama and then another word after it, and I can't remember what that is, so I just, we have to simplify things.
Yeah, I know it's Tekken related.
Yeah, she's big into Tekken, that's another one.
If I ever got Tekken 7, I'd probably challenge her. At the very least, Tekken Tag Tournament too.
I've never played a Tekken game. I've seen hers a little bit, so got the gist of it. It's kind of similar to almost a Mortal Kombat, and even
like most Street Fighter, most fighting games, really.
What's the other one that I've been playing a little bit of? The Final Round.
Oh,
or
Dead
Round
or Alive.
5. Dead or Alive 5. Round 5.
Dead or Alive, last round 5.
There you go.
No, Dead or Alive 5, last round. I'll get it right.
Yeah, one of us will get it right. But anyway, I like that game quite a bit. I think it's entertaining. What I like about certain games like that, and the other one I've been playing a ton of, Killing Floor, is it's one of those games you can just pop in, you're playing, if you just got to kill 20 minutes, 30 minutes, perfect. You're not into a story and a cutscene where you don't want to break away now, and then you're on a mission, you want to finish the mission, but it might take you 30 or 40 minutes that you don't have. These things you can just bang in there, knock out a few matches, kill 10, 15 minutes, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I've tried joining you once or twice, but you've always been in a full set of people.
With
no,
with what? With Killing Floor?
You've been in a full 6.
Yeah, but it's usually no one I know, so send me an invite. I mean, I just go random. Alright, so I gotta do the door trick.
Do you have Rocket League?
No, I should have got it when it was free. I don't know what the heck. It seems stupid to me. That's like cars playing soccer. I don't think so. And it still kind of seems stupid to me, but a lot of people love it. So I figured, if the opportunity comes along and they put it back out for free again, I'll grab it.
I doubt it's going to happen.
Well, that's how they got their fan base.
They've only done it once where they've released the game again, and that was by accident.
I'm all about accidents.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for an accident.
Well, there you go. I always forget where the toy box door is. It's not with the other doors. I don't think it's in this, but maybe it is. I see, what's my game that's out for free right now that you mentioned? The horror.
Until Dawn.
Yeah. I was stunned, man. Free game like that. That is a great game to get for free. Well, I mean, any game's okay for free, but that is the deal of the century right there, man. Because that was a fun game. And did you actually get it?
Look, I don't dilly-dally. All the games that were free are in my library, even games I wouldn't even consider.
So would you play it, though? Do you anticipate playing it?
Maybe in broad daylight with friends around, background music, and...
You better stream it, man. I want to see this.
One of these days I'll get a PlayStation camera, so I can do what you're currently doing and showing your face. At 360p, might I add. On YouTube, not 720.
What are you talking about?
You're streaming at a low
oh, yeah.
resolution.
Well, it just makes it easier. It's faster to load and all that, and I don't really see that big a difference.
You may as well have a blurred face and voice modulation, that's how hard it is to tell.
Oh, I've seen the playback later on, it's fine. Link, import, new toy box. That's what I wanted. Interior, boom. Doesn't need a name.
Your voice has a better stream presence than mine does.
I don't know about that. I have good days and I've got a lot of tired days, and my tired days are probably not so hot. There we go.
Well, we know you definitely have the presenter voice.
The presenter voice? What am I presenting?
Yep.
Here to accept the
Sports.
award. Oh, for that. That was a good one.
That will, I think, always be one of my favourite moments of your streams.
Yeah, you, me too, both. I enjoyed that one so much. That was a great one. I thought we might be able to make that happen a little bit more often. It's just been a struggle with timing and connections and getting everybody together.
Yeah, you're streaming when I'm at work.
You're not when I'm at work. You know, it's not really like an equal thing here where I get entertained. Just saying.
Yeah, because the one guy got confused when I said I'm in and out, because technically I've got you on in the background. So most of the time I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm not necessarily watching what you're playing.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
But I've never seen someone so determined to beat Riku at the beginning race of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Well, aren't you supposed to?
It's not mandatory. You don't even... Most people just do the storyline race and never bother with it again.
No, man. I ain't letting him beat me. He's cheating half the time.
Unless there's a specific trophy for it, nobody would really bother about it.
The trophy is he's changing the name of my ship.
Yeah, you can't get that name changed once he's won the first time.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yep. Because
That might be a new thing, I don't know.
The reason is I didn't save it. The last save was before the race. Aha!
So you're doing it that way, right? Okay.
He's gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat.
So all those races are practice, so that if you can beat him, then you just go back before the game save.
Exactly. Now, I can beat him, it's just that it's always one little stupid thing. I thought I figured out the trick the other day. There, where that tree is with the star on it that you have to hit to go back, there's a cave right there, and that cave is a super shortcut. Only problem is the cave isn't live during the race.
Mm-hmm.
And I had him by a couple of good steps if I would have just gone the regular route. My problem is I'm always right there even with him as we are hitting the tree with the star. Then we're bouncing across the palm trees to come back, and we're again bat even. And it seems like we're landing almost on the same spot, and he nudges me off because of that. And once I fall, he's got the advantage the rest of the way. But it doesn't seem to work the other way around. He never gets bumped off.
But here's the thing, even if you rename the raft the Titanic, it bears no semblance on the story or anything like that.
You don't seem to understand my problem here. It asked me what name I wanted my raft to have, and I gave it a name that meant something to me. And then the game turned around 2 seconds later and said, no.
I know exactly what your problem is, and that's pride.
Yeah. I feel cheated. It made me spend 25, 30 seconds typing a name in for no reason. And I wouldn't even care if the name they were going to give it didn't suck. But Fartwind? Give me a break.
Well, Highwind is to do with something that's long been in the Final Fantasy series.
It says Highwind and all I think is fart. Oh yeah, I gotta do this part.
Yeah, you name it Titanic, and I think of Sixth Sense.
You think of what?
Sixth Sense.
The movie?
Yep.
Okay, you got me. How does Titanic make you think of Bruce Willis?
I see dead people.
Oh, okay, I wasn't going there, but okay.
You've never heard that joke before?
The joke? No, I mean, I've seen the movie.
What does Sixth Sense and Titanic have in common? I see dead people.
Okay, it's not a... Yeah, right.
Do you see the wordplay?
The wordplay. I see dead people, I get it. Titanic, dead...
I see dead people.
Icy dead people.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, that's that much funnier, but I get it. Alright, what do I need to do? Right? Okay. So I'm going to hit start. Get over here.
Get over here.
Pull up my ribbon.
Oh, you doing that thing where you get interior
Yeah.
decorations on the
I
outside?
want to get that newsstand from the Spider-Man thing and put that down below in the tunnel. And probably find something else or two down there, because I'm still not really thrilled with the decoration underneath. I'm actually pretty happy with the city part on top.
I wonder how annoying it would be to people if Disney actually finally did one final patch for Infinity 3.0 and prevented you from doing that.
Well, I think it's safe to say we will never know.
I would have still liked a patch where the lightsaber underneath Kylo Ren would be visible.
The lightsaber underneath?
Yep.
What do you mean underneath?
The statue in the Hall of Galactic Heroes.
Okay.
Underneath those
Oh, I do recall
which
something.
have the light effects for.
Alright, refresh me on that, because I do recall something about that, and I don't remember what it was.
Everyone has a statue, but the light effects statues, if you have them,
All of them
will unlock a lightsaber under that specific character.
But only if you have all of the light effects statues.
Oh no,
Or figures.
For each individual figure. So if you have just like the Luke Skywalker one, you'll just see Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber underneath his statue. That's
Alright,
why
so I
there's
have
an
Anakin, but I
indentation.
don't recall seeing Anakin. You're telling me that I should see a lightsaber in the Hall of Heroes underneath Anakin?
Yes.
Do I have to be in the Anakin light figure to see it?
As long as you've at least leveled him up once, it should appear.
I'm going to have to go back after this and check that out, because I don't recall seeing it. Of course, I wasn't necessarily looking for that specific. Where are my wall hangings? We can see if there's anything I can use, but I doubt that. Well, maybe there is, actually.
There's 7 light effects, but there's 6 characters which have the indent underneath the statue.
Thanks, man. You're going to end up making me buy light effects figures if that's a thing.
Why, for a sense of completion?
I just think it'd be cool to see the lightsabers. And if I have one under Anakin, it's going to bug me. It's like, okay, well, how do I get the rest of them?
Did you get the the crystal characters?
Nah. I have the only one I ever had was Buzz, and that's just because that was the way I bought it, not realizing back that was my early days. I didn't realize there was any difference. So I don't have a regular
supposedly
Buzz.
they level up quicker, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's no justification to it.
So you have the crystal Buzz in the Hall of Heroes.
Yes.
And if you have a lightsaber underneath one of your characters and not the others, it will bug you. Why would it not bug you to not have all the crystal statues in the Hall of Heroes?
Maybe because I'm more into Star Wars than I am Pixar.
That would make sense.
Maybe it looks cooler. What am I? It's not going to be in this, I don't think. Where would that? Accents. It's got to be under accents. That's what I'm looking for. Where's my newspaper stand?
So currently you have access to the interiors in the exterior, but how do you then gain access to the exteriors in the exterior now that you've got that up?
You lost me again. You're good at that. Try it again. I'm in an exterior with an interior ribbon up.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now
how do you get the exterior ribbon back up?
Oh, all I gotta do is click on anything that's in here, like any of the buildings or lamp posts or anything like that, and it automatically puts it back to that ribbon.
I see. And you can put the exterior ribbon in the interior?
I don't think so, although I seem to recall hearing somebody say you could, but you gotta do... I don't think so, I'm gonna go with... I haven't seen it done.
But if there is a possibility, it would be quite the feat to do, like you've got
Yeah,
to set
I don't
up
think
for...
it's as simple as this. I might not keep that there, but since I'm in the ribbon right now... Oh, wait, what was that? That looks pretty cool.
I can't remember who it was, but I had one person showing me on... Actually, I think it's before the server shut down. He was showing me his exterior and interior, one of the places he made. And not only did he do the whole thing with interior and the exterior, but he did the placing objects on the same square or same location.
What kind of objects?
I'm trying to think. I can't quite recall. It was a mechanism for enabling quick leveling up. But to do it, he was placing certain items over the other, but I can't quite remember how it was that he did it, or if it's only for specific objects that it can be done.
And by objects, what are we referring to?
I think, for example, that you could have one of those statues in the same location as a railing or another object. Pretty much like two objects within itself.
Yeah, depending on what the objects are, like that railing that just gave me a headache for a second there. If I wanted to take the time, I could move the railing out, put the piece down, and then put the railing back, and it'll almost definitely work. A lot of times when two things won't occupy like that aren't both physical objects, so far as like two statues kind of thing, you can just do it in reverse order. You can add the wall, let's say, to the wall accent feature. Where's my newspaper stand? Well, I like these trash cans. I can use those down below.
If you had any other version of Disney Infinity, let's say either you had the Xbox One or Wii U or what have you.
God forbid, but what?
Do you think you would still be as interested in playing Disney Infinity?
What?
Because of the fact that the share play feature is not available on any of those consoles.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, no, I'd be done. I'd be done. What is the purpose of building something that no one else can use? I feel bad now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's only on PlayStation that you have this feature.
Not for nothing. It's not like I'm a brand loyal per se. I tend to be, but if I find a better product, I'm going to go with it. I just don't understand people that don't choose PlayStation over Xbox, because I've yet to see anything about them that's better.
Oh, I'd say the Xbox 360 was better than the PlayStation 3.
Well, I don't know. For me, I've been a Sony guy for a long time.
Same.
Alright, so we got some newspapers. I guess I can use
Never
those.
owned the 360, but I still view it as a superior console to the PS3.
So what are you basing that on if you've never owned it?
From what I've seen and what I've played with a lot of friends, graphically it was far superior, especially for a lot of the earlier titles.
Yeah.
The majority of games that the Xbox 360 have is 1080p as opposed to 720p. For those who care about that sort of thing, that is a very big thing. Certain games which came on the 360 were ported to the PS3. One case in point is Bayonetta, which absolutely sucks balls on the PS3 version. Because I was always interested in getting Bayonetta, but unless it came out on unless I got a 360, I wasn't interested in buying it because I was always dissuaded from the PS3 version just because of all the terrible port reviews that I've heard about it.
Mm.
Certain games ran faster, loading times were quicker. I mean, I was definitely grateful for certain things, like I've got Final Fantasy 13, and on the PlayStation 3 you only got one disc, and on the 360 it was 3 discs in length.
Why? What was the logic in that?
What, in the multi-discs on the 360?
Yeah, why would they have that advantage?
Because it's Blu-ray discs over DVD-ROMs.
I got you. So they could fit more.
Yep. You can fit up to about 50 gigabytes on a Blu-ray drive, on a Blu-ray disc.
I didn't realize they were the first console with the Blu-ray?
Yes.
That's an advantage.
It's like the advantage of PS2 had, with one of the first consoles being released with a DVD drive.
Yep.
Although I think they missed a trick, because on the PlayStation 2, not all PS2 games were on a DVD-ROM, some were on a CD-ROM, if the game was small enough for it. And I think, if the game was small enough for it, PS3 games should have been on a DVD-ROM as opposed to a Blu-ray.
You know, I'll say this, and I know it's never going to happen, I don't know why, but why am I not finding that stupid newsstand? PS4, whenever that does come out, they need to have this.
It's been out for years.
I'm sorry, PS5. My bad. They need to make for once a friggin' system that will backwards play.
I think PS5 will easily be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4.
At least. I mean, I'd settle for that. But I don't know, man. I think here's our problem, and it's our own fault. You had Last of Us do the remastered, and I think that was one of the first ones for PS4 anyway. And man, that thing not only sold, it sold more than the original release because they brought a whole new audience in. And then since then, they've done, let's see, all the Uncharted's. They've done, I mean, geez, the list goes on and on of all these remasters, and people are buying them because they want it on the new model.
Crash Bandicoot, as you've played. I think Jak and Daxter Trilogy. Actually, not only is the Jak and Daxter Trilogy, I think, coming for the PS4, they're also including Jak X, the racing game for it.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. And I don't have a problem with that because now you're talking about games that went back to the PS2, if not the PS1.
Which was Crash Bandicoot.
Right. So I don't mind that because you're so many generations back now that it justifies re-releasing it. But when you buy a game at the end of the cycle, you know, when you bought a game that came out late in the PS3 lifespan, maybe in the last couple months before the PS4 launched, and now you have all these people buying a PS4 that just bought it, and they're like, okay, we're going to re-release it now for the PS4 separately. That's kind of a real... I would say at least if you're going to do that, then you should turn around and if they have proof of purchase of that, then they should be able to digitally upload it for free on the new system.
How would you prove it, though? Because even if you had the disc, you can just borrow it off a friend.
Well, one-time code kind of thing.
Yeah, if there's some way of having an individual disc identifier.
Right, which they do that kind of stuff all the time for pre-order codes and stuff like that. But they won't, because there's money to be had. I get it. I am really trying to remember. There's that little newsstand from like Spider-Man. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I think it's not on the interior ribbon. It is... Ooh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. It is going to be... one of these, and I'm gonna have to probably dig through some discs. Excuse me, pardon me, beg your pardon, coming through.
Even if it was paid DLC, I would have loved for them to have had the Disney Infinity 1 playsets available on PS4.
Say that again? Oh,
even
the
if
old...
it was paid... Yeah.
I agree totally. Because I still have... you know me, I'm backwards playing all this. I got Disney 3.0. Then eventually I went and got 2.0, and then I finally got 1.0. I haven't played... I have everything. I have not played any of the 1.0, mostly because I don't have any way of streaming it.
Not yet.
Alright, it's going to be one of these. Well, I don't have a way, is what I'm saying.
That's what I say, not yet.
I think I'm going to need a disc, though. But let's see. Is there a Spider-Man, Tron, Toy Story, Asgard?
At this point in time, I'm hugely interested in the Retro Freak console.
The who?
Retro Freak.
Talk to me, I'm not familiar with that.
Well, there's a Retro Freak in the Retron 5. They have the ability to play SNES, NES, Famicom, Super Famicom, Mega Drive, Genesis, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games using the actual cartridges. They're basically emulation machines, and you can connect them to your TV via HDMI.
How much does one of those cost?
The Retron 5, probably talking about $130, $140. The Retro Freak costs about $200. The advantage with the Retro Freak, though, is it also does Super Graphics, PC Engine as well. And the Retro Freak also has the ability to save the ROMs, so you don't have to put the cartridge in all the time.
That's interesting. I don't have anything along those lines, though, that it would work out for me personally, but it does sound like a pretty cool thing.
The Retro Freak also has the advantage of you can import ROMs on an SD card. So if you download the ROMs from the internet, not something I'm encouraging on your YouTube channel, but you could get the ROMs from the internet and put it on an SD card, insert it into the Retro Freak, and you can play the ROMs that way if you don't have any cartridges. And because I like retro gaming, it's sort of one of the things I want to save up for.
Yeah, it definitely sounds cool. I'm trying to find my discs here. I'm thinking it's a Spider-Man terrain disc that I'm looking for.
It's a shame that the servers have gone down. Otherwise, you could have just been like, Mark, can you just put this disc on the base for me? And then I'd just be like, yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that's how I got when we were doing Split Decision. Elizabeth had the Simba disc.
Yeah.
Because I had ordered it, but it hadn't come yet, and we were like down to the last 24, 48 hours of the servers.
Yeah.
There's Spider-Man.
I was just happy to platinum the games before the servers went down.
Yeah, I never got to that point. This is where I always struggle. The terrain should be the one that's just kind of like colors, right? Oh.
Yeah, it's got 3 different colour things on there.
That's what I'm looking at. Alright, let's try this. Back out. Come back in. And
which Sky disc has the most annoying music, do you reckon?
Ooh, that's a trick question.
Because I think Wonderland, some of Wonderland's one is absolutely awful.
The birthday song?
No, the...
Yeah, well, it starts with that, but then it goes into the on birthday. A very unhappy birthday.
But you have to go through certain things to get to that.
Yeah, I kind of liked it because that was one of my favorite builds. Lost in Time, I loved it.
Sky disc, on the other hand, that can really get stuck in your head.
Which one?
Phineas and Ferb.
I don't know if I have their Sky disc. I might. I feel like I had seen someone do a build using it, and I thought to myself, I could probably use that stuff too, eventually. Is this the newsstand finally? Yes, that is what I've been looking for. I didn't realize it was that large, though I don't think it's going to fit below. Maybe I'll put it out on top here somewhere.
Are you placing several of those on there, or just
no,
one?
Just one. But these rooms are all pretty tightly set. Although I could probably put it like in the middle, though.
Can you set it so that something will just randomly spawn that object all over the place?
What would give me an idea how that would work?
Let's say you had some form of creator or what have you, linked it to a specific object, and then that creator will just be spawning that object all over the place.
Yes and no. I mean, like, let's say I wanted this object specifically to spawn in 6 different locations. Yes. I wouldn't be able to get this exact one. I'd have to make 6 of these, have it with random locators, and then have it randomly generate. So I can't move this exact one 6 different random places, but I can make 6 of them that would randomly...
So it wouldn't duplicate that in 6 different places?
That I know of, no. It would be the case
if you... Right, you would have to have 6 of them located like below the level or something like that, and have a locator to say, okay, place this randomly somewhere when this thing happens.
Yep. And then at the same point in time, if you want it to like disappear so it appears to be the same one, you put it on like a timer and have it disappear, or depending how you're doing it, I would think a timer and making the timer disappear would be what you would go with.
It's like on Pringle's ship battle, where he's got all the orbs are underneath the stage.
Yeah. He's crazy.
I'll agree, he's absolutely mental.
He's got so much time into that, which, God bless him, but it sucks that you do all that. Again, if he's on the PS4, then you can share at least, but...
Which he is, I'm aware of this. He's on the PlayStation.
He is on, yeah.
It was weird. Yeah, it was weird because I've played with him randomly at one point, and it was that weird effect when we had a kid in the group as well, and the kid was like, "Oh, you that YouTuber who does all this creating and whatnot," and he was like, "Yeah, that's me." And I was just thinking, This is typical. I'm with YouTube, supposedly famous YouTubers, and I am none the wiser.
You didn't even know who you was with. You was with royalty and didn't know it.
Yeah. I suppose there's an advantage for him if I don't know him, because it's sort of like he doesn't have that sort of, a fan. I'm not impressed by who he is. He is just another man who is just plays this game far too much.
There you go. That is how I view myself.
Haven't properly played Infinity. I mean, I've done one the odd stream.
Alright, what's the last thing I want to do? I want to do some sound effects and some music. I think we'll do the music next. Actually, it's not in the Creative Toys. Gameplay, I believe. I find it faster to just find these things in the sections and to put them in as favorites, which tells me I've played way too much. So once again, whenever entered by player any.
Supposedly I was wrong in my estimated time for you to complete the first Kingdom Hearts game. Average completion time is about 25 hours, not 20. People have completed it into 20 hours, but it was a rush job, and I think they probably know the mechanics far too well to be able to complete it that quickly.
And that's just that first of 6?
Yes, technically first of 4, because 2 of the games aren't actually games, they're more movies.
But even then, 4 times 25?
No. I know Kingdom Hearts Recoded. If you watch the entire thing and read the stuff, it takes about 6 hours. The story's about 5 hours in length, I think.
All right, that's more reasonable.
And you're just sat there watching. You watch the storyline, because the 2 games that they've made into just pure movies, they were Nintendo DS games.
Okay. And I'm cool with that. I mean, if somebody does, one of my things why I got so into gaming, I used to just do sports games and that's it. I'd do my NFL, NHL, wrestling, whatever, and that was it. I didn't deal with this stuff. But then all of a sudden I saw Last of Us, and great acting, great characters. They did a good job. I just realized I'm way out of camera. They did such a good job, and it's like, this is better than a lot of shows and movies I've seen in the last couple of years. And I get to participate in it. And that's kind of the thing I look for now. So if they've got a good movie type, thing going on with storylines and cutscenes and whatever the case may be, I don't mind sitting through it if it's done well.
Quick spoiler alert for anybody who's watching this post. So shut your ears for 20 seconds. What did you think when his daughter carked it? Did that affect you in any way? Did that make you emotional or whatever?
Oh, I mean, that was crushing. And give Naughty Dog credit. I can't tell you any movie or game that I have ever watched or played that within 15 minutes had you emotionally attached to a character that they wrote out. I mean, how do you lose a character in 15 minutes and start welling up? That was brilliant work. And give credit to the actors, too, because that young lady really captured the way she reacted and cried, the whole thing, the pain that she portrayed. It seemed real. Like, you watch movies and somebody gets shot, and it's like, go on without me, I'll be all right. Horse shit. You get shot, you are screaming bloody murder. And this girl just played like a scared little girl who got shot and feels like the end is coming. Hats off. Just awesome job. That was how I found Real Rebel Gaming, I think it's with Bree. the young actress out of California, blonde, who does a lot of gaming YouTube stuff. And I was just highly into the Last of Us at that time, and I was just looking at different videos, and I saw hers, and I was looking for the reaction to see, let me see how she handled that opening scene, and she handled it right. She's like, basically, she takes a lot of fan requests, hey, play this game, play that game, and she goes based on numbers, like, whatever game gets the most requests is the one she'll play. And she'd gotten that, and she's like, okay, I'm ready to play this game. I have this box of tissues here that I was told I have to have. I don't know what that's all about. And all of a sudden you get to the moment in the scene and all that, and then it goes right into the opening credits. And while the credits are rolling, man, she has got the tears welling up. She's pulling out the tissues, and it's like, now I know why I need the tissues. You guys suck. But, yeah, she's a sweet girl. I like her. I watch her stuff. Matter of fact, she is the reason I got Horizon Zero Dawn, so I owe her a lot just for that. I've seen the trailers, wasn't impressed, thought it was going to be a bunch of hype about a game that has some good graphics to it, and right off the bat, her first stream, she says, her caption and her thumbnail was, I'm in love, meaning with the character, and I was like, well, still not sold on it, so I watched a little bit of her opening stream because I didn't want to get too much story in case I decided I liked it. And I kind of chopped up her opening stream where I bounced 10-minute increments in. And I could see that there was a good story, there was decent acting. The main character acting is actually very good. There's one scene towards the middle of the game where I was just blown away, and I'm like, this girl can act, what the heck? And I did the research on who she is, and forget her name off the top of my head now. She also has a YouTube channel where she does these little short videos, her and her brother, and they're actually kind of funny. But, man, she's a really, really talented actress.
Hang on a minute, it's not, Felicia Day, is it?
No, it's,
No, 'cause I know she does,
I'll tell you right now.
she does YouTube videos with her brother.
Let's see. Ashley something or other, because her YouTube channel is called What You Watch and Ash. And she does these short little things, and they're pretty funny, a lot of them. Writes them herself, does all the directing, editing, blah, blah, blah. And it's all about, what game are you playing kind of thing. And then it's almost like a mini episode of Seinfeld. Show about nothing, but yet it's still good. Let's see.
Oh, I've seen her before.
What's her name?
Ashley Birch.
Yes. She's done a lot of other stuff in video games that you would know. Even if you haven't played it, you'd have heard of it.
Yeah, what have I played that she's been in or that I know?
I'm going to go with Prison Escape for now. I can't recall what it sounds like, but...
Okay, Borderlands 2.
There you go.
She was Tiny Tina.
Wasn't there another title too, though? Even more recent? Not more recent.
Oh, actually, recent in the fact that it was one of the free games last month.
Okay.
She was Chloe in Life is Strange.
That's it. That was what I was trying to remember. I knew there was something very recent besides Horizon, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing you just reminded me of that, because I started playing Life is Strange
and you
forgot
also know
that
her from something else.
Give me a hint.
Something that you've played recently.
Oh, is she in Kingdom Hearts?
Nope.
Oh. That I've played recently.
Something
that doesn't narrow it down much.
Something else that you really liked, and it also was episodic.
So it's Telltale.
Yep.
Walking Dead?
Nope.
Ooh. Guardians?
Yep.
Who's she in Guardians?
Nebula.
Shut up! Really?
Yep.
Wow. How did I not know that? She's a really talented actress, and Telltale, I love Telltale. They are putting some great stuff out.
Yep, and now we have, what was it? They've given us another Telltale game, haven't they?
Well, they just gave us a free one for Game of Thrones, which I'm going to start on that this week.
That's the one.
And I'm going in dumb. I've never seen a single episode, never read a book, don't know anything about Game of Thrones. I don't have HBO, don't want HBO, and I know that they will never put it on Netflix because HBO hates Netflix. But because I know Netflix or Telltale and how they do things, you probably won't matter that you don't know anything. It might even be better.
Huh. Okay. I don't know if you ever played Team Fortress 2.
Play what?
Team Fortress 2.
Nope.
No. She's in that.
I'm still getting over
It's a game I
Nebula.
used to play a bit.
Which, by the way, they should have a new chapter any day now. I still haven't seen a release date, but they're due for chapter 3.
I mean, how many episodes are out so far?
2 are out, and there's 5, I believe, altogether.
I think it's only Game of Thrones that goes against their typical 5-episode.
Yeah, they have
standard.
6, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Telltale game I got is, other than the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead, which I still need to go through.
Oh, God, yes. Borderlands,
Other
another
than
one
that-
I started on, and I don't know why I got out of it. I gotta get into it.
Oh, tell a lie. I've got Back to the Future.
Yeah. That was a little trickier to
And-
get through.
Only if you suck. And don't have a solution. They also did Monkey Island. Tales of Monkey Island.
Don't know
I
nothing
still
about
haven't
that.
played through that yet. I'm the sort of person, I've got a ton of PC games, but I got so many games.
You and me both. And a lot of it is just the free download stuff.
Oh yeah, if I quickly go onto my library and select games and see how many are installed on here, 204.
I don't think I have 204. I mean, not just for the PS4 anyway. I mean, for including other systems, then yeah.
We're talking all the free stuff, shared stuff. It would probably decrease to about 180 if I didn't include my brother's games.
Well, I figure if you have access to it, why would you not count it?
Well, I count it for now, but when I get my own PS4, I won't count.
Oh, well, that's true too.
Oh, that's it. They gave us Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. I could put... Oh, because of Tiny Tina. Is she in there? I know she's in Borderlands the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2.
Why is this not working? Okay.
Have you played Tearaway Unfolded?
No. I don't even know if I downloaded that.
With a 4 terabyte hard drive, it's sort of like, why not?
Well, if it's a game that I look at and it's like, there's no way I'm playing that, I don't bother.
tell you what a really good game is. It's hard, but a really good one, and that is Titan Souls.
Trying to remember.
It was another one of the free games, and it's one of those indie developed pixel art looking ones. And me and a friend played it. It's only for one player, but it's one of those ones where you play it for a certain point in time. If you get stuck, you pass it to your friend and see if you can get further. But me and my one friend, we just enjoyed that game so much. There's no way I'm going to platinum the damn thing, but it's one of those games. Just finish it. Just play through it once, go through the entire game, and finish it once. It's hard as balls, but enjoyable.
That's a review you'd see on the Game Magazine cover or something like that. Hard as balls, but enjoyable.
But enjoyable.
It says PC Gamer.
Yep. What? What the heck is Until Dawn DLC? What was the DLC?
Good question. There was something. Oh, the bonus chapter. There's, oh gosh, dang it. It's been like 3 years, I forgot about that. Man, now you make me want to go play it again. What was... there's like a bonus chapter, but I can't remember what the deal was with it. I can't remember. It has something to do with a bonus chapter.
Sounds like Heavy Rain in that respect.
Alright, I gotta look it up next, and you drive me crazy.
Did you ever play Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls?
Neither.
Quantic Dream definitely have an interesting style in cinematic gaming.
Until Dawn's pre-order DLC, Road Not Taken, might be the cheapest gimmick I've ever seen. Now I'm starting to wonder if I played this. Hold on. I mean, I didn't... Did I pre-order it? I think I did. Downloadable content is the extra bit of enjoyment we can expect from a game that we already love. In Until Dawn's case, we received a bonus chapter titled Road Not Taken. The problem is that we were wrong terribly with how it was handled. The DLC isn't anything like what it should be. Well, let's take this one step at a time. Alright, let me see if any of this jogs my memory. If you look at PlayStation Network, you won't find it anywhere. There are rumors that DLC will become available via the PlayStation Network at some point in the future. Or there's no telling how much DLC will be sold for, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Alright, now I recall it. And they're probably right with this review. So in your case, you'll benefit from having it. Because most of us...
Because I've never played it.
Well, yeah, and I think most of us, for some reason, got it after, or something to the effect. So the scene, and I think it's only one, but it might be a couple. One in particular that I do now recall is a scene that kind of takes place after the second chapter, and for some reason I was able to get the content after I was already on, let's say, chapter 6. So you had to go back. You could play just a chapter by itself and see where it would have fallen in line or something like that, but it wasn't really necessary. I mean, I get why people weren't happy about the way it was done. I was okay with it. It didn't bother me. But I was probably in the minority.
Supposedly now you can do live streaming from the Twitch app. I say supposedly because my phone doesn't do it, but a friend of mine's does.
For some reason I was under the impression that you already could.
No, not straight from the phone you couldn't.
Huh, because you could do it with YouTube. That's why I'm a little surprised. I guess YouTube's a little bit ahead of the curve on that, maybe.
What, can I stream myself on the YouTube app?
I thought you could. I'm just filling this all out so that if you do end up between the buildings, you don't see too much through to the back.
Tell you what, I'm going to have to scoot.
You're going to go and trade in your disc.
Yep. Well, if they'll take them.
I was going to say, don't let them take you for a ride, man. You get what it's worth.
They're not worth much.
Don't you forget it.
No, these are common ass ones now. The most expensive one probably, if anything, would be the Wally Terrain, but they've been in my possession for far too long. I just want to get rid of them.
Might do better putting it on eBay, but then you got to deal with shipping.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be worth it by the time that I'd...
nah, man, that's a royal pain.
Sold. Especially if somebody from America brought it.
I was going to say, that would probably be one of the things that would... Wow, I got spawned in a tree. That would probably be one of the things that would prevent you from selling it, to be honest.
Wow, I sold it for £5. £10 shipping? What?
Yeah, they'd be like, never mind.
I'll get whatever shekel I can get for it. I'll go for trade-in value because the selling price would be less.
There you go.
Alright then, enjoy the rest of your stream. I'll probably know how to talk to you at some point in the future. It's enjoyable to talk yet again.
Always a pleasure. Love having some live conversation with you on the streams.
Yeah, it'd probably bore the people who rewatch it back again because you'll have certain moments where you're just looking at your phone trying to say, hang on a minute, Dying Light?
Well, I would like to think that...
So this is an Infinity.
I'd like to think that they're into gaming in general. That's kind of the way I am.
Hopefully.
And with any luck, maybe they got a little something out of it. Maybe it'll go buy Dying Light.
Yeah.
Which is a damn entertaining game.
Don't do it, people. He doesn't need any more people to play with.
I don't play it as much as I used to, but I still like it.
Yeah.
It's not tough for me to pick that up and start killing an hour or two.
Yeah.
All right, go do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you enjoy your evening, afternoon, evening. Well, it is evening for you.
That's right. See, you understand. A lot of people don't get that.
For your body, it's evening.
Exactly. My time schedule and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You have fun. We'll make you millions selling your disc.
Yep.
And
you have a good game and a good night.
Same to you. Talk to you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao. Alright, we are pretty close to done at this point. There's one thing that's been... do I want to do this? I want to kind of move these guys up a little further to even them up with the ones on the other side, which I think there's an issue right about here. So if I move that over there, that issue is no longer. Hopefully the statue's not an issue. I don't think it will be. No. And other than testing out the enemies spawning and making sure the boss spawns successfully, which he should, that's really about it. Now we've got the music. Thought about sound effects, and you know what? I'm still going to do one thing on sound effects. There is something. Because again, I'm trying to mimic Killing Floor 2, which, if you haven't played it, it's a little bit more edgy. Of course, everything's a little bit more edgy than Disney Infinity. But you got a lot of shrieks and stuff that kind of go on, and I think there's something... I think there's a sound effect that's similar in here. I'm not sure. I know that the symbiotes make that sound effect that I'd like to capture. Yeah, that's coming along. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's back out here and just do a little walk through and see how she's doing. So we got some smoke in the backgrounds to help fill in. Got our burning buildings for effect. Kind of think I might want to add a little smoke to the main street area as well. And I don't think I'm going to put smoke down below, though. What I might do instead... I'm thinking that once you get to about here on the stairs, it would trigger the black sky so that this would become very dark all of a sudden. And that once you get to the borderline right here, it would go back to the current sky. Which, of course, I can't remember what the name is on this sky. I'd have to look that up. That just tends to create its own little headaches, I've learned now. Where is my effects generator for all the smoke. Should be back here. Not there. Is it underneath? No. What is this? Maybe it is. Action button, when pressed, play loot, smoke. Okay, so all I've got to do then is get some locators and add those to it. Wrong thing. Creative toy, sorry. We'll go with 4. Okay. Now with these, I just kind of want some fog more or less on the ground. I don't want billowing smoke like it is in the back here. So for that we got to countersink it just a little bit in strategic areas. So we're going to start with this. I'm just going to go one underneath the surface and leave them there. Wrong button. So we got one in the front, we got one in the middle. What did I say, 4? There we go. Yeah, look how much better that looks. Let's get a look at the back here real quick. Just kind of brings another level of depth to it, and when these enemies start to spawn, it'll help make it tougher to see them during the battle. Very cool. We're good. That leaves nothing but the sound effects. So, I think it's under Game Toys. If the enemy spawns and everything with no problems, then we're done, other than just putting the enemy locators around. And we could put dynamic triggers down as well throughout the subsection, but a lot more goes into that than it is for a trigger box. You can just drop a trigger box and be done. So the interest of time and convenience, and there's really no big advantage either way. So whenever it's entered by a player, we'll say any. Vocal, animal, activate, deactivate. Let's try animal. Excuse me. Lion roar, monster. We're gonna go with monster, I think, here in a second. Oh, we got creature hisses, which I can't recall what that sounds like, so. 3D sound at speaker or locator is off. Therefore, it should play in general. Why do I feel like there's another setting here? No. That'll work. I really don't think I'm going to get anything better, and I don't think a hiss works for me. I will just place these. Probably do 2 more maybe. In random locations, just so that it gives that extra feeling of imminent doom. There may be an actual opponent or enemy coming after you, and there may just be a sound effect. You'll never know. New logic connection. When entered by player any. New logic when entered by player. Oh, wrong. There we go. Okay, bring this back up. Boom. Shrink it back down. Oops. And then let's figure out where we want to stick this down here. then there was one. Still have plenty of logic left, which means the game should run very smoothly without any trouble. I'm going to put this one on top. Monster sounds an awful lot like a lion. Just saying. I forget which side I put it in. There you go. Alright, we're going to save this thing. We're going to run a test and see if all the enemies do their thing, and if that works, I'm just going to place them around and probably do a quick run through. So first up, go right there and do that. I will be back momentarily while that's saving. Alright. Sorry for the delay. Had to let the dogs out and grab something to eat because I was starving. Feel much better now. Okay, we were going to test. Let me see how this backdrop looks now, by the way, since I fixed it up. Okay, that's all building there. I didn't like all that hollow emptiness, and I still have some. So if I just move that red tree over a smidge. Wonder if I can get them. Nope. So what I like about these these red trees here, the red maples, is they will blend pretty deep into the almost any other tree. So you can put them close by each other and have them actually overlap a little bit. And of course it's going to put me on the other side. I think it was this one I went down, yeah. Well, it's better. But I think I'm going to have to drop another building in there. And in doing so, I probably have to get rid of these. Did it really put me in the back? Cheater. Yeah, that's better. Really not a whole lot of reason to be going down those aisles anyway. But just in case. Because like I said, we're doing a lot of share play in our community, so you'll still be able to play this, even though we can't share it directly to your server, or to your PlayStation 4 where you can save it. You'll have an opportunity to get it and play it if you'd like. Okay, I'm definitely have to do a little bit more back here. It's not gonna cut it. That looks much better. Don't really think you'll be seeing too much of that, but just in case. Okay. So it just gives it a little bit more depth. Makes it look like the city continues on in the back. Probably going to remove that collision effect there. That little blur. Just make it a solid invisible wall. Yeah, it looks great. Okay. And did I put one in here too? Oh, I'm going to let you run back here. That's good. We are so close to done. Alright, what we need to do, as usual, is save it. The reason I'm saving it now before I test the enemy logic is because in the event that the action does spill out somehow, it shouldn't really with the barriers, but if it does spill out into the city and destroys any of the set pieces, that won't be saved as destroyed, so. So yeah, not too bad. A little over 2 hours, of which I took a break in between. Can't remember what this one's for. The boss fight. I might just leave the logic all back here. I mean, it's out of sight. Okay, boomo. We should get a random wave. There's the first wave. Uh-oh. Alright, second wave appears, and it was random again. Uh-oh, I'm getting beat up. Get out of town, get out of town! Well, that was a waste. Oh, I got him. I can run up here a little bit. I need to get me some of these sparks. Jump, boy, jump. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Health, thank you. I feel like I want to reload, but this doesn't give you that option. Hey buddy, you look lost. Let me help you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, he took out his own dude. Thank you very much for that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Shouldn't have done that. Down goes Frazier. Ah! What am I? Oh, the wall. Ah! Barrier block. That's right. We want to wrap it up back in this section anyway, because that's where the next wave will spawn from. Oh, you got me. I got you both. 1-2 punch. Still got you back here. Are you tired? Oh, damn. Alright, and that should bring number 3. Even though it just showed number 2 again for some reason. I'm not sure about that. Well, it finally got me after all that. Oh, and what? Oh, I just hit the button by accident. Ah, that defeats the purpose. I wanted to make sure it was going to work. Alright, well at this point, I'm alright because their random selections are coming through. We just... Alright, there is one thing I do want to see. Bye, ladies. Up, 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 and go. Make sure our enemy... Yeah, there he goes. Perfect. And that is why you save it first. So we're going to load back in. Go to our saves. We're pretty much done. I feel confident this is going to work. And we didn't need to relocate the boss. I do want to go back and figure out how I do that though, because it's been a while. I remember using that platform, and it even says teleport How do you tell it what to teleport to? Nope. So we got our fire and smoke, we got our music automatic. And I wanted to turn off the collision effect. So it'll just be a barrier wall and that's it. There you have that. We gotta locate our enemies and then hit the startup buttons and we're done. So this wave here, we will scatter. We got 4 locators to work with. The good thing about this map is when you place enemies in a room that has a ceiling, they tend to jump above onto the roof, and by jumping onto the roof in this map, not a problem, because that's just going to put them up on the street, which we're going to probably end up heading there anyway. Make sure I'm in an open area, not a closed. Where is this? I don't like that. Let's go, yeah, like this is what I'm looking for. Okay, there's our first one. Put this one over here. Try and mix them up a little bit. And then again, we're going to save this in a minute. That one going there. And this will complete this particular wave of enemies. Don't want to put more than 2. Underneath. It's already got one, so let's see if we can't mix it up a little bit. Yes. A good thing with only having 3 waves and only 2 downstairs, there should be a vacant location for each. Yeah, I'm going to just keep it a little bit where you're guessing as to where not only where the enemy is going to come out, but which wave of them, because some are a little bit more challenging than others. And again, it's completely random, so you may get the tough one 3 times, you may get the easy one 3 times. Try to make it so that the game is different each time the person plays it. At least as much as you can. Some things are outside of our control, but maybe... Let me see, what is that? I feel like that's not a room. I feel like that's... What is that? I think that's in between 2 walls or something. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to stick it in some dead area. It's not looking like a finish. Like, I'm seeing the back of the facade, so I'm not going to go with that. I don't feel confident. However, this looks like a winner. There we go. I believe it's 2 down, 2 to go. We'll put these on top. And again, with the jump effect that the enemies usually do, several of them will end up out in the streets, which is perfectly fine. And again, we'll just put them in slightly different locations each time. And there's only so much map to work with, so even by spreading them out, that leaves us our final wave of enemies to relocate. We are very close to playing this for the first time, and you'll all get to see if it works. It is seldom that a game works on its first test, but the logic of this one was pretty simple. This was more about the build and trying to recreate the set than it was making a complex game. I've always said once the servers went down that I was going to keep building, but I was going to keep the logic a little bit more simplistic for a number of reasons. Number one, there we go. When it comes to these videos, I think people are more inclined to try building one themselves if they don't feel overly confident in their building skills if you keep it simple. And from a logic standpoint, this is pretty basic. I think even if you've never built a toy box that does something before, I mean, sometimes people just build cities and stuff like that, but if you wanted to add enemies and that kind of stuff and locate them in different places, you hopefully by this point have seen it's really pretty simple to do. And all these little extra things like this effects and the smoke and the fire just brings it to life a little bit more. And I think when you do the more complex builds, people who are less comfortable with the logic get a little, I don't know, skittish maybe the word, and kind of tune out and think they can't do that. It's all a matter of trial and error. I'm going to put that one right in the middle. How's that? It's all a learning experience, and there are Still a whole bunch of really good videos out there to be had. As a matter of fact, boy, I've just realized how much I have missed the boat. I've got a ton of the DTV videos that I backed up and need to post on this YouTube channel. I may start doing that today. And those basically will teach you all kinds of neat skill sets and tricks when it comes to building and using logic. See, I don't want to put two that close together. What we got going on back here? Anything? That's the hallway. Oh, that's alright. It's a different enemy, so they won't be spawning at the same time. Then our enemy boss is already set to go. The box is set to go. We've taken out the collision effects. I'm just going to leave the logic exactly it is. The music's in. Guys, I think that's all she wrote. We are going to save and play and see how it goes. Whoops. Let's get something kind of cool. Wasn't there a fire? Oh, there it is. I was going to say burning in one of the back buildings. Kind of like to get that clock in there with some flame. Got a gun for me? Come on, man. Load up. Take your time. There we go. Oh, I forgot one key thing, didn't I? That when you enter the box, it has to start the boss battle, or the enemy wave. Well, we've gone over my projected time of 2 hours. We're going to go to the 3-hour mark, it looks like. Alright, we go back here again. Last time, whenever it's entered by player, any, we are going to press the button. And now this will be the last time we are going to save. At least for today, unless I have to make changes later, but draw your weapon, boy. Let's go. Thinking about it. So the last thing will be to load in. Alright guys, this is it. The moment of truth. First full test of Destruction Floor 2. Let's see how it goes. Feeling good. I think this is going to work. So one thing to remember, let's say you're running a test on a game like this, and you get through a little bit of it and realize there's things that still aren't working right that you have to go back and fix. You want to first load the game back in again, because as I start testing this thing and as I start shooting enemies and dealing with stuff, there's going to be a lot of set pieces that get broken up and destroyed. And if I just go and tweak the problems and then save it, I'm going to lose all those set pieces. So, and the answer is still no. Alright. I'm going to start downstairs because that's the part that I'm most excited about. And yes, we've got our enemies. Whoa! Okay, this is very accurate in that you just got enemies coming out of nowhere. A little surprised about the lag right now because we're not running that many enemies and we still have a lot of logic available. Not sure what the lag is about. Oh, his brother. Oh, he got through my fight. Bye. Thanks for the health. I needed it. Got our growl effect on. Is somebody up here? Hello? Somebody was up here. Where's he at? Oh, there you go. Stay still so I can kill you. Thank you. Alright, wave 1 is done. Wave 2. Ooh. Ah! Missed it. I love his gun. I'm guessing this other thing I'm seeing is underneath. So I will go underneath too. Hello? Villains? Oh, shoot. Go back, go back, go back. Oh. Ah, that's a tough angle. Not tough for him, though. There are phone booths blowing up all over. What's up, buddy? No, 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 no. Oh, another one. Beg your pardon.
Here you go.
Good stuff. We are close to seeing if it passes the final test. Okay, they're below me. Wait, wait, wait. We got some more action going on here. Uh-oh. He's in run mode. Thank you. Hey, what are you doing that for? Here comes his brother. You missed, monkey. Oh, he's getting mad. He's getting really mad. Ah! Oh, he almost got me, but almost doesn't count.
Join our side.
I got lucky. Where's the other one at? Is he underneath? Oh, no wonder. I thought he was right on my back. I figured I was going to get whacked. I say we go down and get him. Which should send us to the third spawn. And the enemy boss as well. I should have probably set that to 4 so you get... I'm going to save that for the boss. I'm going to need it. So that's 2 down. Where's my third wave? Come on, man. We've been doing good. Don't let me down. That's terrible. So close. Why did it not go to the third? So this is kind of the part I was talking about a minute ago. I can fix it, or at least figure out what's wrong with it. But if I save it now, then I lose all these busted up phone booths and any cars or any other decorations down below that were destroyed. And who wants to replace all that? So what I'm going to do is just do a little troubleshooting and try and figure out why the counter didn't move after this. Unless, is it possible? Wait, I may be getting ahead of things. Maybe there's still an enemy I haven't gotten yet. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Let me explore a little bit more map and make sure there isn't a red dot somewhere. Which would be awesome, because then I'd know that the logic is set to go. Yeah, nothing going on back here. Boy, that's going to be a great spot right there to fight in. You won't see nothing. Where's my red dots? I don't really think there is one, to be honest with you, but I'm going to remain optimistic that there is one last enemy that we haven't got. There's my barrier wall doing its thing. Yeah, I don't think we have an enemy that we missed. I think there's something wrong with the logic. Okay, so time to figure it out. Got the randomizer. Fine. We've got 3 waves of enemies. Let's put them all together, shall we? One now. No, 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 no! Ugh. I guess it really doesn't matter because I'm not saving it. All I'm doing is trying to figure it out. Alright, now. Make sure this is connected to the counter. When the wave is defeated, increment by 1. That is correct. Wonder if I shouldn't do it on when the wave is started. That might be the problem, because that finishes, it goes to 1. The second one finishes, goes to 2. Now it should still work. Wave is defeated. Increment. 2 for 2. Wave is defeated. Increment by 1. So there goes the easy explanation. So now the question is, why is this not going to 3? It's got 3 enemy waves, generators. We already know that they're telling it to do the right thing. And I did defeat 3 waves, so it's not the buttons that are the issue. Let's go to properties. When the target is 3. Let's turn that off. And I wonder if that'll do it. Because I think what might be happening is as soon as it hits 3, it's going to 0. And potentially, I don't know, it seems like a stretch, but now let me see. Enemy wave, blah, 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 boss wave. Or action button, let me see. Yeah, when the target is reached, press the button and that's what launches our boss. Alright, so once again, I'm going to have to load back in because I did all that destruction of the set. And that's really the only change I can think of right off the top of my head. Otherwise, I'm going to give it a little rest and come back with a fresh mind, and I'll figure it out in 10 minutes. That's the way it always works. So we'll go load. So the toy box saves again. So close, I tell you, it never goes through on the first. There's always some little nuance, some little thing that you forgot to do. It's always something simple and stupid, usually. Gotta remember which. I think it's on my thumb drive. All those Disney TV things I was mentioning earlier. If it goes from 1 to 2, it doesn't make sense it wouldn't go to 3.
Oh, I'm on it.
Really need to get that power disc off there so it doesn't keep asking me this. Alright, let's bounce back here. And what was it I had done? Our counter. I'm still gonna... We already know those are doing everything they're supposed to do. And they are talking to the counter and telling it what to do, which is increment by 1 each time. Enemy wave generator. Random trigger 1. Action button. I think maybe, hold on. The count is working, yes. But here's what I think. I think one of those 3 didn't get completed to roll the dice a 3rd time. Maybe. Well, looks like they're all there. Let's see. Generator. There's random trigger 1. That's to generate them. Okay. But, so we roll the dice. Generates a wave. Now my question is... Let's just go to a random. Randomizer does. I bet one of these doesn't though. Random trigger 1. So or are they all just going back to the button again, maybe? Although, hold on. What is making it go to the next wave? Because right now it looks like nothing. The button starts the action. The counter, every time the counter is changed, it presses the button again. Alright, so we may still be alright. Now I can still change something different about that. And I'm going to, because I think it'll take care of our problem. So they take out the counter factor and just go straight to the waves. So when the wave is defeated, just press the button again, which will again launch a randomizer. Go to the second one, do the same thing. No, not generated. Wave is defeated. Press the button again. And then finally, third one. When the wave is defeated, we will press the button again. Now we still have all three. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Upping the score, and then still, once the score hits 3, it'll launch our boss, in theory. Let me just make sure of that, because this is the boss button. The boss button. Move that over here. And then when this... Oh, stop being difficult. Yeah, that's right. Reaches its 3 count. And that is to that action button. When the target is reached, press the button. And when this button is pressed, it launches the boss. Alright guys, that should do it. One other thing I'm going to do just on reset on target reach, we're going to turn that off. Just so there's no possibility of it confusing a 3 with a 0. It shouldn't anyway, but we're going to try one more round of this. If it works, great, and if not, tomorrow's another day. Also invite you to check me out on Twitch. You can find it by going to Twitch. My channel over there is called The Last Light 10. And that's all one word, and of course the number 10. It's kind of based on The Last of Us and Dying Light, which were 2 of my favorite games when I was streaming early on. And I will probably be bouncing over to there for a little while right after this to do some more Killing Floor 2, which is what I base this game on. Draw! Bueno beats. Destruction of floor. Actually, hold the phone. Methinks that I forgot again. Or did I? Because if I... Why wouldn't there be enemies? Let me just double check on that. Why weren't there enemies? That's kind of screwy. Why did the enemies not launch then if it's all set to go? Because in theory they should be. launching the moment you enter the game. Well, we're gonna hit... Oh, they are. Never mind. I guess they heard me. Alright, never mind. I'm just gonna save it real quick. And hope that that logic works. There we go. Beat them up. I'm half tempted to just add a start button at the entrance of the map, maybe. Let's just see how this works first. If this works out fine, we're good. Alright, where are the bad guys at? I see red dots, I don't see no people. Everybody underground? Really? Really? I don't see enough dots, though. Ooh, that didn't work out well for you at all. Ooh, big guy. Ooh, good thing I got in, because he was walking right through all that barrage. What are they, all out here? Oh, Nelly. You're not going to jump in a tight quarter like that, are you? Sucker! Anybody else want some? Ooh, Mercy, where'd you come from? Grenade! You missed me! Load up, load up, load up. Get that health. Get all that good stuff. By the way, that lag that happened the first playthrough has not come back since, so good news. Pretty sure he came up from downstairs through the roof. You can run, but you can't hide. Okay, show me more bad guys. Now we got a little bit of fog going on. That's alright though. Oh, there's our newspaper stand. It's all been cobwebbed up by Spider-Man. Nothing. I mean, somewhere there got to be a bad guy, right? Trying to remember where else I put these markers. May have spread them out a little too much. Nothing going on down there. Bad guys, where you at? Nothing on the radar. Found you. You can run, but you can't hide. Watch out for the wall, watch out for the wall, watch out for the wall. Don't screw up. Aha! Was that completing a wave? I felt like I was completing a wave. Any more bad guys? Uh-oh, there's another one. Boy, these guys are way spread out. That's the first wave, finally. Please don't spawn that wave again. That's spread out too much. Let's start on top and see how we do. I'm hoping to fight. Oh, there we go. Oh, that didn't work out well. Oh, he's still up. Come get me. La 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 la, you can't get me. Oh, heck. Surprise! Gotta go. Cutting him down. Oops, he came through the roof. Look at that cheater. It's 2 down. Spawn the third wave now. That was the problem we had last time. Should be no reason not to. Might be on a 4-second delay and I might not have fixed that part. I'm going to be amazed if it doesn't do it this time. Why will it not spawn the third wave? What am I missing? Even if it sent the same wave more than once, that shouldn't matter, because every time that wave is defeated, it's supposed to increment. The only other thing I can do is change it from defeated to generated, which should have the exact same effect. But there's no legitimate reason why that shouldn't be going to 3. Especially not with the way I just did it. Alright, well, as promised, that is the last run of the day on this. I think we're really, really close to the solution. One way or another, I'm gonna get this thing to work. But as of right now, it's not working. I'm still happy with what we've got up to this point. Again, one of my favorite builds from a visual standpoint. I like the way this thing turned out. Kind of a mix and match of different parts of the sets from The Killing Floor 2. If you've never seen The Killing Floor 2, feel free to jump over to Twitch in a couple of minutes. You can join me there because that is what I'm going to be doing. And you'll be able to see some similarities, I would hope, between what we've been building and what is going on over there. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for Under Construction. For Destruction Floor 2, there is at least going to be one more video, and that'll be the last one. I guarantee we're going to get it done in that next video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Just remind everyone, join us, please, on the community over on Disney, or PlayStation 4 rather, Infinity Ever After. Would love to have you guys. It is a dedicated group of people that still continue to play Disney Infinity even after the servers, and we're still able to share playthings, so it's not quite as good as having the servers, obviously, but you can still do like 90% of everything. You can play multiplayer matches, you can play in other people's toy boxes, you just can't save them to your own, which kind of sucks, but at least you can play them. Alright, until next time, reminding you that Disney Infinity is the only game where the only limitation is your imagination. We'll catch you next time for more. Take care.